Hi, and welcome to Georgetown, Delaware. We are here for a prime time matchup of a crosstown rivalry. Sussex Central visiting the Sussex Tech Ravens. So this is a huge conference matchup tonight, and you can watch it live. So Sussex Tech comes in 2-2 on the season, while the Golden Knights come in 3-1. The Knights are fresh off 3 straight victories, while Sussex Tech had a disappointing loss to Appoquinimink last week. And I'm Patrick Cassett. Thank you for joining in on behalf of our whole Sussex Tech sportscasting team. We're sure to have a great matchup tonight. So Sussex Tech trying to rebound from a loss last week. So now we'll take a look at some of the highlights from last week's game. So we'll start out. This is how Appoquinimink got the scoring started. It was on a trick play, and they were able to find Marquise Battle for the 65-yard touchdown. So this put Appoquinimink up by a touchdown, and they had a big lead. Now, in the very next play, this is the second half. This is still in the first half, and this is Jalen Sneed taking the touchdown back. So they were able to go tie it right back up on the very next play. So it was a crucial play for Sussex Tech to try to stay in this game. Now, later in the half, this was after they got a safety, the offense got rolling, and they finally put a touchdown on the board. So this gave Sussex Tech a 15-6 lead going into halftime. And then Appoquinimink started to break the game open. They converted a 4th and 17, and here was the first play of the fourth quarter that we just saw. That put them up 19-15. And then this was maybe the biggest play of all. Chase Snyder finds Matt Warrington. Everyone on the field thinks it's a touchdown, but no, it wasn't. It got called back. Too many men downfield. And unfortunately, that was what cost the Ravens the game. So now we have a live look. Yes, you just saw the highlights. The Ravens were wearing gray. Tonight, they are back in black. They pulled out the old school uniforms for a huge conference matchup. This year, this matchup means a little bit more than what it normally does. This could very well determine these two teams' playoff fate. This is Sussex Tech's conference opener. And this is a huge game for them, as now the Ravens are coming onto the field. So Sussex Tech going with the all-black unis tonight, and Sussex Central with the white on blue pants. You take a live look at our shot high above the field on the 50-yard line. You can probably see a few spots. Yes, there was some heavy mist here. Came down from about 2:30 until later into the early evening. That did get the field pretty wet, so that's going to make it interesting, and we're going to see how that plays out during the game. Whenever these two teams face each other, you're going to assume it's going to be more of a low-scoring game, a kind of grinded-out game, because this is a crosstown rivalry, and this matchup is huge. There was a joke going around, and they said all of Georgetown would be at this matchup, since these schools only are separated by about 6 miles. So it looks like the Ravens will get the ball to start out this game. We are just moments away from kickoff. So we look back at some of those highlights from last week, and the defense has been a strong suit all season, and they gave up a 9-point halftime lead. That being said, the offense couldn't do much. They were very stagnant last week, and they worked this week. They're trying to improve that, and they're going to need the offense to come in clutch today, along with the defense. So this should be a great matchup tonight, and we are ready to get this underway. We have Sam back to kick it off. He's the senior for Sussex Central. And this Georgetown rivalry game is off. It's going to be a squib up the middle. And Sneed is back there. Last week he returned one to the house for a touchdown. This time it'll be to the 29-yard line. So the Ravens will get the ball 29-yard line, 1st and 10 here. So we'll see what Chase Snyder and this offense can do. So you're going to see a lot of this formation out of the Ravens here tonight. This time, oh, it's a fumble to Kevin Custis. He somehow stayed on his feet. And remember, we alluded to some rainy conditions earlier, and that's going to be a late flag. And the way that Central's coming up, it looks like this one's going to be against the Ravens. And this is, we're going to talk about it all night. It's probably going to wear you out a little bit, but this is a huge rivalry game. So we may see some big hits and a lot of emotion tonight. This is definitely one of the games you mark on your calendar every single season if you're either one of these teams. And that is a personal foul. It's going to back the Ravens up. So now it will be the 10-yard line where the Ravens will try to get this drive going. So Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy this time. Norsworthy with a gap up the middle. He's able to pick up a few yards, and that's going to be about 10 on the play. So we'll leave a 2nd and 15 here for the Ravens. We'll see Matt Warrington come on the field. Now, one thing we were able to notice last week is when Matt Warrington checked in, watch out for him to possibly get the ball. And last week, every single time, it seemed like he executed. So Snyder again. No, it's a pitch out to the outside. He's got some running room. That's going to be close to a 1st down. It's going to be marked about 2 or 3 yards short. That's Jalen Sneed on the carry. It looked like they were going with Norsworthy up the middle again, but instead they did the option pitch out to Jalen Sneed, and he was able to get a lot of those yards back. So a very manageable 3rd and 3 here. Oh, that's over Will Argo's head, and he's going to have to down it. Excuse me, it was a very manageable 4th and 3, but instead, a high snap, and the Ravens are now backed up with the Central offense ready to score from the 5-yard line. So this is 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Give it up the middle this time. He's going to be stopped. That was Jainier Moore trying to get up the middle there on the carry. Certainly not the way the Ravens wanted to start tonight's game, but this will be a big test. If they can hold Central to 3 points here, that has to be a good stop. And they'll give it up the middle again. He bounces outside. He's going to get in for the score, and the Central Golden Knights are up by a touchdown early in Georgetown. So the costly high snap gets Central 6 points. So now they'll go out and we'll try the extra point here. Goes out to the right side there. It'll only be 6 points. So we'll see if that makes a big deal later in the game. If not getting an extra point there, will come back to hurt the Golden Knights. So now we'll wait the kickoff here as Tech will come back to get the ball. So a disappointing start here for the Ravens. So we'll see them line up again. So 9:44 here in the first quarter. And a good turnout here in Georgetown tonight. So again, the high snap, which really was costly because of the personal foul, which backed the Ravens up 15 yards. That was the costly penalty because they could have very well picked up the yards to get another first down and keep the drive going. But instead, 4th and 3, they're forced to punt. High snap, Will Argo falls on at the 5. 2 plays, and the Golden Knights are in. So if you're late joining the broadcast, Sussex Central up 6-0 here early. This one's going to be kicked back deep to Jalen Sneed. Sneed will get it. They're going to roll out to the right. Sneed's going to look for a couple blocks. Checks off a tackle or two, and he's going to be down at about the 25. So the Ravens offense will take over again. And that is a busted play for the Ravens as well, so that's going to lose 2 yards. So a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 now. Ball on the 23. And this week, Chase Snyder in the number 14 uniform as he gives it off to Jalen Sneed. And Sneed is stuck behind the backfield. That's going to leave a 3rd and 15 for the Ravens. So the Ravens offense going backward here early. Not the start the Ravens wanted here. So a 3rd and 15. Snyder rolls to his right. He's going to look for Matt Warrington. This time Snyder's going to tuck it and run himself out of bounds. That could be a late hit, but they don't give it a flag, and instead it's a 4th down now for the Ravens. So Argo with a good snap, almost blocked. But instead that's off, and that was a fair catch issued. So the Knights will take over with about 56 yards until they try to get into the end zone again. So 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and the Knights are taking over for their 2nd possession. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Central offense does here. We saw 2 plays out of them, obviously 2 run plays up the middle, just trying to get in. And we'll see how creative their offense is with an open field situation. wide open downfield, and that looked like it might have been hit at the line. That was Isaac Barnes trying to find an open man downfield. And it looked like that got deflected. It just did not come out of Barnes' hand correctly. Because Barnes had a man wide open downfield. Jalen Sneed was back, trying to get underneath it and at least stop a big play from happening. But Barnes was wide open. This time he'll get it up the middle. That's going to be a gain of about a yard. So that'll be a 3rd and 9 here for the Central offense. Under center. It'd be a halfback toss right, and this Tech defense all over it, but we got a penalty marker, and we're going to see where this goes. Might be holding. That's holding against Central, and they're going to decline that, I would imagine. So they decline that, it's going to be a 4th and 9 for Sussex Central. So if you're joining us just a little bit late tonight, Central able to capitalize on a high snap on a punt to Will Argo. Will Argo able to fall on it at the 5-yard line. But it took Central 2 plays to get into the end zone, and that's why they have a 6-0 lead. So that's Kasim Lewis back to punt for Central. Norsworthy on the return, and he's hit immediately. Wondering where the fair catch was on that from Norsworthy. And it looks like a late flag. Looked like Trey Hatfield got caught up with a Central player, and that's most likely going to go against Central. So there's going to be a lot of these flags tonight, I would imagine. It's going to be a little bit chippy, and this is just the type of a game that you expect. So that was a personal foul against the Golden Knights, so that should give the Ravens some extra yards here to start out the drive. So now the Ravens will take over at the 39-yard line instead of the 24. So that's a big penalty and a big mistake from Sussex Central. So Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy. Norsworthy up the middle. He's going to pick up some yards, and that's straight up the gut, and that's going to be 6 yards gain for Norsworthy. So 2nd and 6 now, or excuse me, 2nd and 3 now for the Ravens. And this time off to Norsworthy again. Norsworthy's going to get close to the first down, and they're going to give him a first down. So the Ravens getting their first down of the game. Move the chains down, and the Ravens have the ball at the 50. Snyder again to Norsworthy. Nope, there's the pitch to Jalen Sneed. Jalen Sneed's got some room. He stays on his feet, and he's to the 38-yard line. Ravens pick up another first down here. And the Ravens just starting to move the ball downfield. This is already their 3rd possession of the game. So Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy. And Norsworthy's going to pick up a few more yards, and they're going to keep running the ball with Norsworthy and Sneed is what it looks like. So 2nd and 6. Ball on the 32. Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy. And Norsworthy met at the line of scrimmage this time. So now 3rd and 6 for the Ravens. They get a look at the Sussex Tech sideline. And back to the action, Norsworthy again. This time a flag comes in, so we'll see what this call is. And it's going to be a holding against the Ravens. So they're going to decline the penalty, and that will now be a 4th and 8 for the Ravens, and it looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field. Interesting choice here, but they are kind of stuck in no man's land with regard to the position in the field they are in. So they bring in Matt Warrington, look for a ball to come his direction. That's number 11. So big 4th and 8 here for the Ravens. They're going to jump outside. That's going to give at least 5 yards back to the Ravens. We saw Chase Snyder in the offense do that once last week. So that's going to be an encroachment call, but it's still 4th and down. Or, excuse me, it's still going to be 4th and 3. So Matt Warrington coming back onto the field again, this time with a new play, or maybe the same play. So here we go with a big 4th and 3. A little slightly different formation here from the Ravens. They give it to Norsworthy. Norsworthy met in the backfield, and that's going to be stopped, and the Central Golden Knights are all over it. So Central will take over. That's a big stop for them. And we're going to see a defensive matchup tonight. So 1st and 10 now for the Golden Knights. Barnes under center. They'll give it up the middle. And that's to Zion Reed. He picks up a few yards. A little over 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. A big crosstown rivalry matchup here in Georgetown. So 2nd and 8. Barnes gives it off. Outside, Ravens defense all over it. They gave it off to Tygier, Shepard, Parker. So big 3rd and 9 now. 2 minutes left, first quarter action. Barnes in shotgun formation. Quick pass out to his right side. That's a good tackle there, Brown. Not sure who that was. Well, good defensive tackle there. Too many men on the field for the Ravens. That's a timeout. Good call, good timeout there from the Ravens. As it looked like that was Julian Roach trying to get off the sideline. So big timeout there. And the Ravens were able to save a possible penalty. So when we get back to action, it'll be 1:29 left in the game. As you see inside the Sussex Tech huddle, Coach Quillen in there. He's the head coach for the Ravens. So the Ravens gave up a costly mistake to start out the first quarter, but have since settled down. And Central and Tech have been trading possessions. So Michael Norsworthy back deep for Sussex Tech. And Norsworthy will catch this. And he asked for a fair catch. He gets it, so the Ravens will take over at the 29. So what can Snyder and the offense do here to ignite something? They struggled last week, only scored 6 points. The other 6 points coming from special teams, and then also they got a safety from their defense. So the offense only scoring once last week. What can they do tonight? They gave it to Norsworthy, and Norsworthy muscled his way for a first down. And we're going to see a lot of Michael Norsworthy tonight, straight up the gut. He's a tough runner and considered one of the better running backs in the state. So 1st and 10 for the Ravens, 40-yard line. And Snyder's going to look to pass out to his right. And he's going to get rid of that. And they're going to call, looks like a personal foul, late hit. That's going to go against Kasim Lewis of the Golden Knights. So that's a costly penalty for Sussex Central. Snyder smartly got rid of a ball before he ran out of bounds. And he got hit hard after he let go of that. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty for Central. Now the 48-yard line, the Ravens are the ball with 1st and 10. Gives it off to Norsworthy again. Norsworthy able to pick up about 4 yards on the play. So now under a minute left. Should see possibly one more play here before the quarter ends. Matt Warrington checks in the game. Jalen Sneed with the handoff this time. He's going to get near a first down. And we have a hurt Sussex Central player on the field. So that's going to pause the clock. It looks like he's going to walk off on his own power. That's Elijah Moorer. He came up a little bit, or comes up limping off the play there.
Let's go, Ted!
So the clock should start back up here. They have it listed as 4 seconds. But they're going to bring out the measurement. And he's going to be just a couple inches short. So they should flip the field here after we let the 4 seconds come off. And Sussex Tech will have a little bit of time to think about a 3rd down and 1 here. And now the quarter's officially expired. So 3rd and 1, be on the 38. They'll flip sides. And this is a crucial possession for the Ravens. If they can get into the end zone, it really sets them up well for the rest of the game. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at the first score that Central got, and that was on the 2-play drive that they had. And that was on a run up the middle. We're going to go back and look at this. See, they just give it off right up the middle. That was to Zion Reed. He was able to come in and score, and that put the Golden Knights up by 6. Sussex Central was not able to convert on the extra point, so that's why it remains 6-0. As a big 3rd and 1 comes. Sussex Tech, just a reminder, without their starting quarterback Ricky Kane due to an injury, and also their star kicker Patrick Short. So that leaves them in a pickle, especially with Short out, with some field goal opportunities. So Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy, hoping just to pick up enough for the 1st down. And that should be enough. He only needed a few inches. And that spot's going to give him a 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Ball still on the 38. So Snyder gets it. A pitch off to Sneed, and Sneed was met immediately in the backfield. That was Kasim Lewis with a big hit on Jalen Sneed. The defense read that to perfection. Snyder a bit late on the pitch, and that's why Kasim Lewis could get to that ball so quickly. So 2nd and 17, the Ravens are left with. As this will get them close to the line of scrimmage, but instead a flag in the backfield. And that will be a holding call against the Ravens. So it'll be interesting to see if they accept it or decline it. I'd imagine they would accept it. Yep, and they'll accept it. And Bring it back. So that should leave a 2nd and 27 now. So Snyder looks to pass. Rolling to his right, he's going to tuck it and run and pick up about 3 yards. So that's going to be left with a 3rd and 24 now for the Ravens. Nobody really open downfield. So Snyder tucks it, runs, gains about 3. So they're actually going to mark it as a 3rd and 26. 10:44 remaining. So virtually 3rd and forever here for the Ravens. As Snyder now rolls to his left, looking for somebody. Nobody's open. But he looked to find, I think that was Kevin Custis, and he dropped the ball. Wasn't going to do much with that either. Just would have picked up a few more yards. So they'll send out the punt unit. So now Argo boots it deep, and that will take a friendly hop for the Golden Knights. So Sussex Tech had a real opportunity, 1st and 10 on the 38, and instead they backed up 14 yards on that possession. Sussex Central now takes over, ball on the 21. They'll have a 1st and 10. Sussex Central with 3 timeouts left. Sussex Tech left with 2. It's going to be an end around, and the defense all over it for Tech, and it's going to be a reverse field, and that might be a holding call. Generally, when you see a runner reverse field like that, it would normally be a holding call. It's going to be against Sussex Central. It should be a holding. So there you see Trey Hatfield signaling to the referee they're going to decline the penalty. That's going to make it 2nd and long, and 2nd and long here. We'll see where they spotted the ball. So ball down on the 14. It's going to leave a 2nd and 17. And Barnes looks to pass. He finds a receiver, and he was wide open. Stays in bounds. Big tackle from the safety, Jalen Sneed. But that was a big play from Isaiah Barnes. So Isaac Barnes, the quarterback, finds his brother, Isaiah Barnes, the receiver. There, look at some of our camera operators. So we got a little break in the action. So now back, 1st and 10. So Barnes gives it off. And this is a big run from Zion Reed. So Sussex Tech letting up 2 back-to-back big plays. It seemed like that last drive may be a big turning point in this game. Ravens had an opportunity with a 1st and 10. 38 yards left to go to the end zone. But instead, they backed up 14 yards, punted it away. Now Sussex Central with 2 big plays. Gets him to the 47. Barnes back to pass. He has a wide open man. He finds him. Sneed tries to tackle him, but he can't. And that is Dominique Smith, and he's in for the touchdown. The Knights with another score. The Barnes to Smith connection results in a 48-yard touchdown for the Golden Knights, and that puts them up right now 12-0. So they're going to go for the 2-point conversion because they missed the extra point. And a little miscommunication, that's going to be incomplete. He had an open man. He was trying to find Jaden Savage. But instead, that remains 12-0. So Sussex Tech in a 12-point deficit here in the first half. 9:05 left. And that was a 48-yard touchdown. Take a look at the previous possession here for the Ravens. This was a big play from Sneed. This kind of helped get the drive rolling, but here was the touchdown from Barnes to Smith. Barnes just rolls back, wide open receiver. Sneed let him just get a tad bit over the top, and a perfectly thrown ball from Barnes. Sneed almost got to Smith in time, but instead it was a touchdown, and the Knights are up 12-0. So Samron Sam now back to kick for Central. And Kevin Custis and Jalen Sneed are back deep to receive for the Ravens. This is going to be a little pooch kick. Central almost fell on it, but instead the Ravens were able to get on top of it. And that's Bobby Locklear, able to fall on it. So the Ravens offense takes over with a 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 37. 9:03 left remaining, 9:01 left in the first half action. Sussex Tech down 12-0 here early. And Norsworthy's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play, so that's going to leave a 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Ravens. So 2nd and 6. Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy, and the defense is all over it. The defense is able to read these plays so well. The predictability from this Ravens offense is really being shown with how the defense is able to get these stops. Ravens keep trying to go to the same play over and over and over again, and it's just not working. So 3rd and 9. Big 3rd down for the Ravens. Snyder busted play, looking for Kevin Custis, and that was a hit pretty far out of the bounce, but no flag. So the punt unit will come out for the Ravens. So Argo to punt for Sussex Tech. He gets that one off. That's going to take a friendly roll for the Ravens. That's going to be down at the 20. So that's where Sussex Central will take over. .26 remaining. 1st and 10 awaiting. For Central in the 23. This is a big possession for Central, especially if they can find a score here. So Barnes in shotgun formation. It's going to be an end around. The Ravens are all over that. So good play from the Ravens defense as they were able to get a stop to leave it at 2nd and 10. So Barnes shotgun formation again. This time Barnes keeps it himself, and he's going to get near the 1st down. So Barnes kept it himself. Good play from Barnes as a little read option there. And that's going to be very close depending on the spot. They're going to mark it as a 3rd and 1. Can the Ravens defense get a stop? Defense is over that. But did they get enough to get the 1st down? It's going to be close on the spot here. It's still short. They're going to go for it on 4th down. A little hurry-up offense here. They're going to give it straight up the gut. That's enough to pick up the 1st down, so that's a 4th down conversion for the Golden Knights. Atmosphere here in Georgetown is quite quiet. The same energy is just not alive that we've seen the last 2 weeks here, and the play from the Ravens has been exactly the same. And again, wide open. Sneed gonna make a touchdown-saving tackle, but that was a wide open Zion Reed. He was right across the middle. And Central gets another big play. The Ravens defense can just not stop the Central Golden Knights these last 2 drives now. Barnes will go under center here. And that's a bobbled snap. I think Barnes got back on top of it. And there's also a flag. We'll see what the flag is here. It's going to go against Sussex Central. It's going to back up Sussex Central. So it's going to back up Sussex Central 5 yards for the illegal shift. So 1st and 15 now. And this is a handoff, and the Ravens are all over it. With Shaheem Williams getting the carry. And there's going to be a timeout here. 3:55 remaining. And we'll get a stop in the action. We'll have a 2nd and 22 waiting when we get back. Sussex Tech not able to capitalize off of some decent field position, and therefore they are down 12-0. There's just no energy in the crowd tonight. This has been one of the more higher attended games of the season, and there's just no energy. Now, one thing of note is the student section for Sussex Tech. They're known as the Tech Pack. They're normally alive, always loud in the bleachers on the right side of the press box. But instead, they're down in the end zone this week because there are some bleachers that are not safe to use, so they're going to have to get those fixed for Tech Pack. But instead, it seems like there's just slightly different energy here. Could be the type of cloudy weather we had today, or it could just be the slow start that the Ravens have gotten off to. And there's a look at Tech Pack down the end zone, not their usual spot. And the energy just does not feel the same here in Georgetown, especially the last 2 weeks. And Barnes may be back to pass. He's got an open man. And that's going to be a big gain. That's going to leave a 3rd and 5. And there are just so many open guys downfield for Sussex Central. And Central goes hurry up here. And that's going to work out for him. As that's going to be a touchdown for Sussex Central. How about that? Kasim Lewis powered his way through the Ravens defense and got into the end zone. Just like that, Sussex Tech finds themselves down 18-0. Not the start that the Ravens wanted. They find themselves down 18 points, and it's not even halftime yet. Has not been a play of more than 15 yards for the Ravens yet, as they're going to send out the extra point unit. Central is. That's going to be blocked. So a big block. So it's going to stay 18-0. What can Sussex Tech do to get some momentum going into halftime? If you're one of the coaches for the Ravens, that's what you got to be thinking. What can we do to set ourselves up for the second half here? And of course, number one, you don't want to allow any more points before halftime. But you want to get some kind of momentum going to propel you into the second half. Because remember, Sussex Tech got the ball first, so that means Sussex Central Sussex Central will get the ball to start out the second half. And that's crucial because you don't want to let Sussex Central get the ball again here before halftime, possibly score, and then get another possession to start out the second half. The Ravens have to try to control the tempo here and see if they can at least just go into halftime without letting any more points be scored. Reevaluate at halftime and come up with something that can get the job done here in the second half. The offense hasn't done much, and the defense has let up a couple big plays in the passing game, along with Sussex Central going with some hurry-up offense that's really thrown the Sussex Tech defense off. So that's Sam to kick it deep. That's fielded. They're going to go off to the left side this time. That's KJ Custis, and he's going to be tackled. That's going to be a flag in the backfield. We'll see who this goes against. So it's going to go against the Ravens on a blindside block. So the Ravens will be pinned deep to start out this possession. They'll be at the 9-yard line. And the Ravens have to at least try to pick up some first downs here. Another whistle here from the ref, and it's going to be a timeout for Sussex Central. So now Sussex Central left with only one timeout. So let's go back and let's look at that last touchdown scored by Central. Kasim Lewis was able to power his way into the end zone. And you see Lewis hit up in the backfield, dodges another tackle, stays on his feet. Kevin Cousins just couldn't quite get him down. And Lewis able to power his way in. Here's the blocked extra point by Trey Hatfield. As we back that up, and Hatfield able to just get through the middle of the line, get right front, Sam, and that goes down as a blocked extra point. So now we go back live. Ravens with a 1st and 10, ball on the 8-yard line. So Snyder is going to roll to his right, looking for a guy downfield. He finds Grant Lamers. Lamers is going to pick up the first down. So the Ravens at least get some breathing room. As we'll see Bobby Locklear check in. We'll see if the Ravens try to get a little creative here on this drive. They're looking for something. They got some room to try to get creative here. And that's going to be a run off to the left side there. It's going to pick up a few yards. Kevin Custis on the carry. So a little under 3 remaining here in the first half action. Sussex Central up 18-0. Market has a 2nd and 8, ball on the 22. Snyder gives it off up the middle to Norsworthy this time. Norsworthy out near the first down marker. And he's going to get the first down, so they're going to move the chains. So 2 minutes remaining. First half action. We alluded to saying that at the very least, Tech would need to try to keep Central off the field. So we'll see what they can do. They're going to probably get into more of a hurry-up offense now that they have 1st and 10 here with the amount of time remaining. They gave it off to Norsworthy. And if Tech wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to grind through. They're going to have to pick up some short gains. Have to get more runs like that from Norsworthy. They're going to go pick up the speed, pick up the tempo. That's a bobbled snap. The Ravens pick it up, though. So now 3rd and 5 is what's going to leave the Ravens with. So 1:16 remaining. And the clock continues to run. Tech in this situation wants to let a little time run off. That way they don't allow Central to get the ball back and try to get on the score. So Snyder rolling out to his left. He had a man. Warrington tries to catch it. He can't get it. That's broken up. Big play by the Sussex Central defense. They get a big play. That's going to stop Sussex Tech. And they're going to have to punt the ball away. Looked like Snyder waited a little bit too long to throw that. If he threw it a little bit earlier, it looked like he probably could have found Matt Warrington for a first down. But instead, it's 4th and 5. Argo out the punt, high snap. Argo blocked. That's a blocked punt. That's going to roll, and that's picked up, touched by the Central. Did the Ravens fall, and the ball was still out? Sussex Central fell on top of that. So that could have been very unfortunate for Sussex Tech, as Central was able to get a hand on that and block the punt. But instead, they were able to at least get some yards out of that punt. So very fortunate break for the Ravens there. It looked like Argo lined up a little bit too near the front side on that play, and that's why the snap seemed a little bit high. Seemed a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage, in other words. And Barnes, he's going to drop back the pass. He's got somebody wide open. That's going to be a big tackle. That was a big hit from Jalen Sneed. But Central was able to pick up a huge gain, and this is exactly what Sussex Tech didn't want to happen. Ball on the 21, 1st and 10. Central's got a chance to score. They're going to spike it. So that's going to be left with a 2nd and 10. Remember, in high school, the clock stops as the chains get reset. But the Ravens have let up big play after big play after big play here in the passing game. So 2nd and 10, Central trying to find the end zone again. Barnes back to pass. Coverage pretty good there from the Ravens. So now 3rd and 10. Sussex Central still has a timeout left. So if they need to call it, they can. So 3rd and 10. Central can still pick up a fresh set of downs if they would like to. Barnes back to pass again. He's got a wide open man in the middle. And Barnes throws it away. He had a wide open receiver. That looked like it was Javon Saffold in the middle of the field. He could have thrown it to, but instead it's a 4th and 10. Sussex Tech defense catches a break here. But it looks like the Sussex Central offense is going to stay on the field and go for it. Why not? 10 seconds left. You might as well go for it. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of play Tech goes with here and what kind of... You would imagine that Central tries to go with a pass play, but they've tried to pass the ball 3 straight downs, and it did not work. That's if you count the spike as well, but could not convert, left with the 4th and 10. Did they maybe try to surprise Sussex Tech with a run? We'll see. They're 21 yards away from the end zone. This is a 4th and 10, 10 seconds left. Sussex Tech needs a stop to try to remotely stay in this game. It's 18-0. Boy, does Tech need a stop. Barnes back to pass. He's got an open man, and he dropped it. That could have been a touchdown. But instead, it goes down as an incomplete pass, but there was a flag against Sussex Tech. So that's going to keep Central on the field. So they're going to get Sussex Tech on a roughing the passer. That's going to give the Knights another opportunity here. So ball will be spotted on the 11. Fresh set of downs, but more importantly, this should be the last play of the half. 5.5 left on the official clock here in Georgetown. Sussex Tech has to get a stop. Barnes rolls out. He's got a man. He finds a man. He's hit. He's hit short. He's waiting for help. I think Sussex Tech stopped him short. They do. And what a play by the secondary team. With Kevin Custis, Jalen Sneed, Jordan Harper, they were able to come in and at least prevent another score. So that's a big stop from Sussex Tech there. They get a little bit of energy maybe going into halftime, but obviously some adjustments are going to have to be made from them. As that was an interesting end of the first half. Tech gave Central another chance to score. Central almost capitalized, about 2 or 3 yards away from doing that. So instead it stays an 18-0 game. And Sussex Tech will try to rebound. Sussex Central will get the ball to start the second half. So let's look back at some of these first half highlights here from the big crosstown rivalry game. So this was early, and this was a high snap from Will Argo, and you see there at the end he was able to just fall on it at the 5-yard line. So then Sussex Central was able to capitalize. Zion Reed got into the end zone. That was their first score, 6-0. Central went up. Now here was the mishandled extra point, and this is why the game remained a 6-0 game. So big stop there for the Ravens. And here was another play from Sussex Central. Barnes found Dominique Smith deep for a 48-yard touchdown. That got the Golden Knights up 12-0 because they tried to go for a 2-point conversion again, failed. Now this was a power run. Big game rivalry. These are the type of runs you expect. Kassim Lewis provides it for Central as he's able to get into the end zone. But then another stop here from Sussex Tech. Hatfield able to block the field goal. And here was the final play of the first half. Barnes dropped back deep, looking for a man, and that was Jordan Harper that initially came over the tackle. Steve came in with the late help, and that prevented another score. So it was a big stop for the Ravens. 18-0, we go into halftime, and now we preview with the band's halftime performance. We'll catch you on the other side. for our second half action here in Georgetown. Then we get a live look at the Tech Pack down on the south end zone here. Their new spot for tonight. And Sussex Tech will try to get something going here in this second half. Central gets the ball to start. It's big. So we'll see what happens. So we get a live look at the warm-ups going on. Sussex Tech was not able to defend the pass that well in the first half. We'll see what they can do here in the second half. And if they can do anything different. Because they let up a lot of big plays, and it just was not quite working out that well for them. It seemed that they were going with more of a zone. They just could not get the offense going either. Sussex Central able to pass all over this defense, and that's not what the Ravens want to happen. So we're getting ready to start the second half action. Central just coming back onto the field now, so it'll probably be a few more minutes until we get started. Central has to be feeling good. Central played well in this first half. This is a big game for each team. Central lost their opening game, and that's not how they wanted to start the season. But since then, they've won 3 straight, and they are playing well. We'll see if they can keep up the same kind of offensive tempo they had in the first half, because they were able to pass and virtually move the ball all over the Ravens. The secondary did come up. The secondary for the Ravens did come up with a big stop at the end, though. So we'll see if Sussex Tech tries to get a little bit more creative with their play calling here. And we'll see if they can just get a spark. If they can get a spark, maybe something can happen for this Ravens squad. And there's a look at Tech Pack down there. So 24 minutes left remaining in this game. Central, 3 touchdowns. We'll see what they can do. And there's a live look in at Tech Pack. They are ready for the second half here. So Sussex Tech will have to kick it deep. So it's a big first possession of the second half for both squads. Central can solidify their lead, possibly kick it into cruise control for the rest of the evening if they can get a score on this drive. Sussex Tech, meanwhile, needs a stop. Doesn't want to stop, they need a stop. So that's going to be a squib kick. And that's going to be a pitch. Interesting play there, or was that just knocked out? Isaiah Barnes tried to return it. Looked like he maybe tried to pitch it. Just did not work out. That's going to pin Sussex Central about 10 yards further back than where they could have been when they picked up the ball. So 1st and 10, 27-yard line, 11:48, just underway here in the second half. So Barnes will hand it off. This is outside Shaheem Williams. He gained some yards. Shaheem Williams is the transfer from Sussex Tech, so he's trying to get some revenge versus his old team here. And that's going to be a holding call against Sussex Central. So that's going to negate that play and bring it back. So nice sideline shot there that we just saw. Get some perspective of on the field. Barnes back to pass. He's going to run. He's just looking to run and keep it this time. That was an interesting play. Definitely a run design. No option to the pass. And that's knocked in the backfield for a loss. So Penn Central even farther back here. But with Barnes's big arm, it allows the Knights a chance to make up in long yardage situations. So Barnes under center. Fakes the handoff, has a man deep. He's tackled and hit. And he found his brother, Isaiah Barnes, there on the play. So Isaac to Isaiah. Picks up a pretty good chunk of yardage there, and it's going to leave a 3rd and manageable here for Sussex Central. So Sussex Tech leaves the high safety back with Jalen Sneed. They give it off this time, and Sussex Tech all over it. So we'll see if Sussex Central will punt the ball away here. And it looks like they're going to bring on the punt unit. Or possibly not. They're going to leave the offense possibly in the field. So nope, they go and elect the punt. So we'll see the man that busted his way into the end zone, Kasim Lewis, is going to be your punter, and Norsworthy's back deep. That's almost blocked. Norsworthy signals for the fair catch. And that will be spotted at the 25. And I don't know who that was, but there was a flying Sussex Tech player. Almost got to it, almost blocked it, and that could have been a game-changing play. But the Ravens get the stop they needed. They take over now. So what can Snyder and this offense do here? Snyder rolls. He's got a man, and he overthrew him. That was Matt Warrington that he was looking for on the play. And Matt Warrington was open. But Snyder just overthrew him a little bit. Warrington had a big game last week versus Abercorn. Snyder gives it to Norsworthy. Norsworthy stopped around the line of scrimmage, so that will leave a 3rd and 10 now for this Ravens offense. So here's a look at the Sussex Tech sideline. Nine minutes left, third quarter action. So Snyder will hand it off. Kevin Custis on the carry. Kevin Custis stayed on his feet for a while.
Let's go! Come on, let's go!
And that was a big time run there. Staying on their feet, picking up a first down. And Norsworthy with the handoff. Norsworthy stays on his feet. He's near the first down marker again. These are the type of plays that the Ravens offense got going early in the second quarter and of the first quarter that got some momentum back on their side, but just couldn't quite do anything to end out the first half, and that's why Sussex Central was able to control the ball. Some up-tempo offense. I like this from the Ravens. You got to get the defense of Central on their heels a little bit. So off to Norsworthy again. Norsworthy this time in the backfield, but he's gonna get the first down because they spotted that as a 2nd and 1. But he's gonna get enough for the first down, so fresh set of downs for the Ravens. So the Ravens with an opportunity here to get something going. 50-yard line, 1st and 10, halfback toss left. Norsworthy stuffed 5 yards in the backfield. That's a 5-yard loss. So now 2nd, 15, ball in the 46 for the Ravens. 7 minutes left in the quarter. Snyder out to his right. He passes. He gets Warrington. Warrington hit it to the legs. And he's a hurt, but he's gonna get up. That was a big time hit. So that will get back about 7 yards in the play. So we'll leave a 3rd and 8. So this is a big 3rd down. Can the Ravens convert? Can they keep the drive alive? Norsworthy up the middle, hit, gains 1 yard on the play. It's 4th down. Do the Ravens go for it? Nope, they send out the punt unit. And low snap. Argo gets it off, though. And that's going to be a pretty good punt here from the Ravens. As they're going to down that at the 15. And that's Bobby Locklear. So at the very least, the Ravens flipped the field position, but that was a time-consuming drive, about 4 minutes off the clock, just to go halfway down the field. It's definitely go time for the Ravens. So Barnes under center, gives it shrugs it off, and that was Jaden Savage on the carry. So Barnes back to pass. He's got a wide open man on the right side, and he overthrew him. That was going to be a touchdown to Shaheem Williams, but instead it's an incomplete pass. That was a huge breakdown for the Ravens defense. Not really sure what happened. The way the play design went is they had everybody go to the left side. It left Shaheem Williams open on the right side of the field. Sneed, the safety, tried to get back and cover him. But obviously there was a coverage breakdown because nobody was even close to him. So they bring the blitz, and that's a great catch. Shaheem Williams makes up for it. So he just dropped that last pass, but this time he comes down with it. So now fresh set of downs here for Sussex Central. So we'll leave a 2nd and 9 now, ball on the 33. Be a flag. Too many men in the huddle is what I'm going to guess, except this might be against Sussex Tech. Maybe too many men on the field. Let's see what the call is. So referees discussing what this call might be. Against the Ravens. That's all sides against the Ravens defense. Interesting call there. Leave 2nd and short yardage. Ravens were all over that. And that's Andrell Fulton that lost, or excuse me, that's Terrell Sturgis that lost his helmet there. And so he'll have to come off the field for a play now. So they tried to run the halfback counter there, and Central not able to pick it up. So we'll see the punt unit come out now. So 2:38. Some confusion here as to what is going on there. That's why there was a delay. It seemed like, at least the Central side of things, there was some personnel on. There you saw Sturgis come off the field there. There's a punt here for Central. It's going to take and they're going to say that Central is going to get the ball there. What was Michael Norsworthy doing? No, they're going to give it to the Ravens. What was Michael Norsworthy doing? Michael Norsworthy, I don't think he called for the fair catch. Even if he does call for the fair catch there, the ball is alive. Not really sure how that ends up as a Central ball, or excuse me, how that ended up with Sussex Tech. I guess the Central player touched it first. That's an interesting play here. Can the Ravens take advantage of it? They have 14 minutes left in this game. They haven't scored a point. They haven't got anything really going on offense. They haven't got the ball past the 38-yard line in this game. So now we'll have another pause here. Sussex Tech will reset some personnel. So let's go back and that Michael Norsworthy punt play. Let's go back and take a replay of that. And see the punt here. And no fair catch was issued. And I guess they're saying Central was able to touch that ball first. We'll go back and look at that. And that was a very close play. That could have went either way. To me, it looks like Norsworthy touched that ball first. Very well could have been Central ball. And while we were away on the replay, Sussex Tech tried to run a little run play up the middle. Got stuffed in the backfield. That was a 2-yard loss. So now we have a 2nd and 12 here. End around or Sneed. Note that was up the middle to Norsworthy. Norsworthy lost the ball, but they're going to mark him with forward progress. He was stopped with forward progress. He lucks out there. We have a hurt Sussex Central player on the field. He'll get attended to. So a lot going on in that play. So this gives the teams an opportunity to get a little bit of a water break. So that was Elijah Moore, same player that got hurt earlier in the game. So we're going to go back and look at that last play from Norsworthy. Norsworthy got the ball, and they marked his forward progress stop right there, and that's where the fumble came out. So once they stopped his forward progress, they marked the play dead. That's why the Ravens keep possession. And now back live, Snyder hit from behind. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. That was on 3rd and 7. And the offense can't get anything going. So Argo back to punt for the Ravens again. And that's a low punt. Not a very good punt here from Argo, but that's going to take a friendly bounce. That'd be down right at the 40. And Fulton gets that. So not a very good punt from Argo, but lucked out with the roll. you're a Sussex Tech fan, just not much happening. Going against a pretty good Sussex Central defense, and the Tech is not able to get anything going. Haven't got past the 38-yard line in this game. So Central takes over, ball on the 40, 1st and 10 for them. Score here will virtually put the game on ice. So Barnes flushed out of the pocket. He finds Shaheem, and that's a catch. Shaheem Williams with the catch. So that's going to pick up a 1st down. And the Tech defense is trying to bring some pressure after Barnes now because they know he can pass. So they've tried to bring the pressure, and it's just the defense has not played bad today. They let up a couple big passing plays, and that's going to, the quarter is going to expire here. So that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the 4th quarter. Central leads 18-0. But Sussex Tech can't get anything going on offense. And the defense really has not played bad. They let up a couple of big plays. They're going against a very good passing quarterback, Isaac Barnes. And he can throw the ball. And he's proved it tonight. He can do it. And Central doesn't have a bad run game either. So to give up 18 points, that's not a bad thing so far for Sussex Tech. It's just the offense has been lacking. We've seen this, of course, starting quarterback Ricky Keene out with an injury. His timetable to return is unknown. So the Ravens, what's interesting about this is the Ravens last week looked like they were going to be going to 3-1. Instead, Appoquinimink comes back, beats them. They're at 2-2. The way the score looks now, they're down 18-0. It looks like they could be heading to a 2-3 start. You told me 2 weeks ago, really, if you told anybody in this program 2 weeks ago that the Ravens would be 2-3, I don't think they would have believed you. But we're back to the 4th quarter. We're starting up the action. Barnes with a quick pass. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 49. So Barnes under center. This is trickery. It's on the ground. That could have been huge for the Ravens, but instead, Shaheem Williams, or excuse me, that was Tyjair Shepard Parker able to pick it up. So 3rd and 15, we're going to see Barnes pass. You can almost guarantee that. So Barnes in shotgun formation. Barnes quick screen. This time he's got a wide open. He pump faked it. Snead's the only person he has to beat. And Shepard Parker gets pushed out by Jalen Snead. That was a beautiful play design. They faked the screen and a wide open Shepard Parker. As he's able to take it into the 5-yard line. And Sussex Tech's hopes are drained. So 1st and 10, ball in the 7, or excuse me, 1st and goal. This is going to be a touchdown, and again, it's Kasim Lewis. The big boy gets into the end zone. Central leads the Ravens 24-zip. So we see the field goal unit come in for the extra point. This one is through. It's the first extra point of the game. So 25-zip. This is a feeling that Sussex Tech really hasn't had all season. Unless you include the Sally's game, where they did get shut out 9-0. But this one's at home. They knew this was a big game. They came out. They wore their alternative uniforms. They're getting blanked at home. Many people did pick Central to win this game, but I don't think many people thought that the Ravens would get shut out at home. 10:25 left in the game. Central up 25-0. Let's see the kickoff from Sam. Pretty good leg on that as Kevin Tuss gets it. Had an open lane, so he gets it to the 35. And the Ravens will start there. Snyder gives it off to Norsworthy. Norsworthy stays on his feet. He gets a first down. And we've seen the Ravens be able to do this early in drives. They've been able to pick up some good yardage early in the drives, but they kind of stall once they get to midfield. Norsworthy looks injured on the play. That is not good. If you're a Sussex Tech fan, that is not good. Holding call will get rid of that play, so we'll mark it as a 1st and 20 now. Low snap, Snyder handles it. Gives it off to Hatfield this time. Hatfield able to get to 33, so that will leave a 2nd and 12. So Central now in cruise control. Up 25-0. Under 10 left in the game. Tech down 25-0, 2nd and 12. Snyder gets it, gives it off to Hatfield. Hatfield reverses field, and he's going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage. put this in perspective, the Ravens have not scored since the first half of the Appoquinimink game. They got shut out in the second half. They were shut out tonight. They had one offensive explosion. That was versus Mount Pleasant. Snyder out, he rolls, he fires up, he's got a man, he finds Hatfield. Hatfield not able to bring it down. So Snyder in the offense, head to the sideline. Punt unit comes on. Gets this one away, and that was Isaiah Barnes down there to receive. And that's going to be down by Bobby Locklear of the Ravens. So the Central offense in cruise control, 25-point lead. And they'll just look to keep running the ball. There's going to be a flag on the play. Back the Golden Knights up. And Sussex Central most likely just trying to run out the clock here for the rest of the game. But they're going to throw it to Barnes. Barnes' pass tipped in the air. Second down and 20, ball on the 28. Barnes gives it off. That was some trickery there. Shaheem Williams has a lane. Close to the first down. That's what they tried to run last possession when they got the fumble one. So this time it worked. And hurry up offense from Central. So maybe not quite cruise control. They're still trying to keep the offense rolling and at least pick up the first down, but they're stopped in the backfield. So we should see the punt unit come out for Sussex Central. So just about halfway through the fourth quarter action, we'll see Kasim Lewis come out to punt. He has 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. And he'll punt it back. That's a beauty. Norsworthy with the catch. That's a fair catch. And that will be a 1st and 10 for the Ravens. So ball in the 20. Snyder in the offense back out. Low snap to Snyder. Snyder handles it well. Gives it to Norsworthy. Norsworthy maybe picks up 1 yard. So one of the biggest issues for the Ravens is the predictability of their offense. Anytime they go against a pretty good defense, as we've seen Central tonight, they've been able to really recognize the plays well and be able to cover them. There's just no spark tonight that really could get the Ravens going. And it's something that they got to get straightened out pretty quick. Now that they're into their conference schedule, this is a team that has high hopes to make the playoffs. They lose their starting kicker and their starting quarterback in week 1. As we see Norsworthy run out to the left. He battles his way. There's some tough yards there. But the Ravens have to figure something out offensively. They haven't scored since the second quarter of the Appoquinimink game last week. And this was supposed to be a crucial 3-game stretch of the Ravens' schedule. They had 2 on the road to open out, then 3 straight at home. Tonight, they'll lose this game. We'll see what the final will be, but most likely they'll lose. And that will be 2 of the 3 games they had at home from their homestand they've lost. That's not what you're looking for out of a team. It's a good way to elude the pressure from Snyder. He fires to Warrington. That's short of the first down, but that will leave a 2nd and 3. So a good play from Snyder there. Probably talk about all week. Snap low, Norsworthy picks it up. He somehow got enough for the first down. How about that for Norsworthy? That's a play right there. But the real question all week is, what do the Ravens do about this offense? Now, maybe something that they go to, of the style of what they had with Ricky Kane. See, because sometimes we see Chase Snyder in this offense. Not to say that Chase Snyder can't do it, but sometimes it doesn't quite fit into this offense that you would see maybe like a Ricky Kane would. Jalen Sneed, he's the safety. We see him in some of the running plays. He was the quarterback last year for an English. We mentioned it earlier in a couple of our earlier broadcasts that he is an American for along with Kevin Custis. Did play quarterback last year. We saw last week's game. He did have a trick play, which he connected in that one before halftime. The question is, maybe do they try to change something up? Do they try to get a spark? Because this offense has been stagnant. Haven't been really able to do much. And also, to be fair to this offense, we mentioned this earlier, the play calling seems very predictable. They don't change it up a whole lot. And yes, if the plays are working, yeah, sure, stay with it. Run it down their throat. Obviously, Sussex Tech is a run-first team. Nothing wrong with that, but sometimes the runs get a little bit predictable. So Snyder looking to pass. And he's going to be sacked. So he's trying to get away. That's going to be a flag. It's going to be a flag for a late hit there. this is the Ravens' first play. This is the farthest they've been on the field all game, and now at the 32. Previous best spot was at the 38, so you can see just how much the Ravens' offense has struggled. They've stalled every drive around midfield. And Snyder gives it off. Mooresworthy tucks his head, gains a few yards. So with the clock running down, just a little over 2 minutes left in the game, Sussex Tech turns their attention to Dover next week. They travel on the road to Dover next week, and then the week after they're in Caesar Rodney. That is 2 big conference games. Now we stress the importance of how big tonight's game was. For the Ravens, this is the first conference game. That's a good pitch there to Hatfield. Hatfield's going to go to the sideline. He's going to get some yards. That's the first play for the Ravens inside the 40 this game. But the Ravens have 2 big conference matchups. And the next 2 weeks that are on the road. Those next 2 games determine the fate of their season. They'll be going into those 2-3. Now their next home game is against Smyrna. They have 2 straight road games, and they come back home to Smyrna. That's a bobble, snap, low snap. So under a minute. So Dover next week, if you're a Ravens fan, followed by Caesar Rodney. They'll make the trip. And then in 2 weeks, so not next week, not the week after that, but the following week, so 3 weeks from now, Smyrna will be here in Georgetown. Another low snap. So when Smyrna comes back to visit Sussex Central, that was on 4th and 5, so that's a turnover and down. So when Smyrna comes to visit Sussex Tech, you can catch the stream live here, same place on YouTube. We'll be back live at 6:55 for that game. Hopefully we'll come back with 2 Sussex Tech wins to get the record back to 4-3. But the Ravens just couldn't quite get anything going. Offensively, not much. You can see a live look there at the band. And victory formation for Central. Guess they'll take 1 snap, and that should be the game. So a 25-0 victory for Sussex Central. Sussex Tech was not able to get it done here at home today. Sussex Tech probably going back to the drawing board after this game. Again, defense really didn't play that bad. They let up a couple big passing plays in that, and that was the killer. But Central comes home with the victory as they take this rivalry now for the 2nd year in a row. Central defeated Sussex Tech last year at Sussex Central. This year, they get them back on the road. 25-0 your final. See the teams shaking hands. So now we'll take a look at some of our game highlights here. We'll bring them up for you as Sussex Tech just couldn't get the job done today. So there was after the first scoring play, that was the extra point that was failed. So 6-0 game at this point. And then Barnes dropped back the pass, finds an open man. And it was Dominique Smith. That got the lead to 12-0. They failed the 2-point conversion. And then what about this run? Say no more. Kasim Lewis. He was able to get it in for the touchdown. Then Trey Hatfield came up, blocked the extra point, kept the game to 18-0. And there's a common theme in these game highlights, the lack of the Sussex Tech offense. As here was another score, or excuse me, this was right before half, where Jordan Harper was able to have a touchdown-saving tackle, and that was the last play before half because time expired. And then here was a big punt. Questionable call on whether Norrisworthy touches it first. They say Central does. So Tech kept the ball, and this is when it was an 18-0 game. So Sussex Tech still has some life at this point. And here was Sussex Tech, Norrisworthy run up the middle. You're going to see the ball pop out here, but another interesting call. They say his forward progress was stopped, so Tech remained with the ball there. And then here was a fake screen to find Tyjair Shepard Parker wide open. And Jalen Sneed was able to knock him out there. And then the big man, Kasim Lewis, able to run it in for his second touchdown of the game. And Sussex Central had a big time performance, a dominating performance. And here's a few more highlights of the Ravens. But the final score, 25-0 here. And Sussex Tech, the big crosstown rivalry game, the Ravens can't do it this year. They go to 2-3 on the season. They're on the road in Dover next week, 7 o'clock start time next Friday. And on behalf of the whole media sportscasting team, I'm Patrick Cassett. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back for the Smyrna game in 3 weeks. Have a good night.